Hey guys, welcome back. First off, a big thank you to my buddy Gil over at Wild About Sporting Goods for loaning in this little guy right here. This is the CRKT CEO. And CRKT, if you are not familiar, is Columbia River Knife and Tool. This is a Richard Rogers design. And I didn't know anything about this particular knife until it showed up the other day from my buddy Gil. We'd been talking back and forth. He's loaned some stuff into the channel before. And he goes, hey, I'm going to send you some CRKT and some Boker and some Benchmade and just going to put together a care package. Is anything specific you want? I said, no, just surprise me. And when I went through, kind of did the unboxing here a couple days ago, this one really stood out of all the knives in the box. There's a couple other really cool ones that kind of stood out that I'm excited to do videos on. But this one, I don't know, something about it just really kind of grabbed onto me. So we'll just go through the specs, as we often do. Closed length. And I go from the very tip to the edge. Here is 4 3/8. This thing fires like a rocket, let me tell you. Overall length is 7 9/16 almost. It's just over 7.5. The blade length, and again, guys, I measure from the very edge of the scale, wherever that happens to be, to the tip of the blade. So this one, you get 3.14 inch blade with a 3.19 cutting edge. Little not intuitive maybe how the cutting edge can be longer than the blade, but that's the way I measure it. And it's my channel, so you know, it's how I do it. The blade thickness is 0.08, so it's pretty thin. It could be thinner behind the edge and whatnot, but it's a very short blade also. So there's not a lot of room to do the grinding and thin this out. The blade steel is 8 CR13 MOV. Is that a premium steel? No. Is it the same as on my Spyderco Tenacious? I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I didn't double check. Weighs in at 2.1 ounces with an overall thickness of just 0.44 minus the clip. And this runs on IKBS bearings. So very cool. Like, yeah, it's just really cool. And what I really like, one is the action. It fires like lightning. And two, the blade totally disappears in the handle. You know, on most other knives, the Endura, you know, a big portion of the blade is sticking out of the handle on pretty much every other knife I have. The blade is sticking out from the handles, right? So these are glass reinforced nylon handles, kind of like FRN, but a little different. A little bit of texture, not completely smooth, but not really textured either. It is a tip down only carry. You cannot change the clip around. It just is what it is. It's a right-handed tip down carry, which normally I think is a bad idea. I'm not a big tip down carry guy, as we know, and I did a video on tip up versus tip down that you can find. But this is really designed to go in a dress shirt pocket, which I think is awesome. I kind of can't wait to have to wear a dress shirt again. Although I am supposed to send this back to Gil at some point. This one I may end up just keeping. and buying from him because that's, it's that cool, right? But it might be a little heavy for the shirt pocket. I'm not sure, right? It is heavier than most of my pens by a little bit at 2.1 ounces, but I think it will work. Now, they do market it as kind of the CEO and is as not a hard use knife, obviously, because it's small, but this would be great for opening letters, opening a box, cutting threads on your suit, or, just some of those tasks that a quote CEO might need to do. It would also work great for doctors and nurses in the scrubs pocket or a lab coat. Oh, perfect for that. The one negative is the fact that if they're trying to market it as a pen, why do you put your logo on the pocket clip? If this one was mine, I would probably see if I could take that off with some alcohol or a Scotch-Brite, something. Probably try to, maybe even just take the clip off and kind of buff that out, give it more of a stonewash, kind of a brushed finish instead of the polished finish, if it was me, just to get rid of the CRKT. But other than that, it's pretty cool. I mean, I could definitely see wearing this in a shirt pocket, inside of a suit pocket. They have that inside breast pocket. It'd be perfect as kind of a, not really a backup per se, but as a classy gentleman's flipper. Now, I will say that the lock bar, one, it has a very good lockup. This is not going anywhere. There's no blade play whatsoever, other than a little bit of flex in the handle and a little bit of flex in the blade because it's so small. But I cannot disengage the lock with my thumb. Well, I guess I can with two hands. But I cannot, it's really awkward to disengage. I guess I can do it. So really how I have been doing it is just kind of gripping it with my finger, my index finger, and then closing it, which I think totally works. I'm okay with that. The other thing I didn't mention yet is the price. It's $40 on Amazon. I'm sure Gil will take care of you if you would like to get one. I will have a link to his website down below. Or you saw on his card, you can scroll back and you can call him on his cell, text him, send a smoke signal, tell him I sent you, and he will hook you up. It does have a full steel liners with some speed holes in there, which is cool. And a really kind of a classy, nice little pommel, actually. I guess you could call that. I just think it looks great. It feels okay in the hand. It's not perfect. The pommel kind of digs into my hand just a little bit if you're really gripping it. But again, to open a letter, to cut some threads off of your suit, cut the tags off of your new shirt, those types of menial type tasks, this is going to be great at that. It's not my favorite blade shape necessarily, but for this knife, it absolutely works. I don't know. I'm really kind of taken back by this. I think it's just really classy. Could it be better? Are there some other better options maybe for a gentleman's folder? I'm sure there are. But for $40, fits in your hand, fits okay, works great. I mean, IKBS bearings, that's what all the big knives come on. So it's good stuff. Action's super great. The steel, But for $40, come on, it's a no-brainer, guys. So seriously, I would hit up Gil, he'll hook you up and pick one of these up. I may not send this particular one back because it's just that kind of cool. Even though I don't dress up, I'm not in that environment anymore, but easily inside of a jacket pocket, inside of my laptop bag, just as a nice lightweight thrown in there. I just think it's great. So anyway, thanks guys. I greatly appreciate your time and effort watching the videos, and for also getting me over that 1,000 subscriber mark that just happened today when I'm filming. This will actually get posted tomorrow, but yeah, you know. Thanks for all of that. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next one.